This is called as a cylinder. And the isosceles triangle which will be rotated about the center as a thread, then we get cone. And here sphere. The semicircle we get rotating a sphere also. So these three objects are called as revolutions of solids because of such type of solids are generating in the revolution of a plane. But if you are see in the case of prism, there are not any revoluting of this one also. Just two square planes we are taking and 4, 1, 2, 3 and one more is back 4. So totally 4 rectangular planes. This is the rectangle plane and 2 square planes to get formed into a rectangular prism. And if you can see in this pyramid, the base square plane is 1 and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 isosceles triangles are there. 1 square plane, 4 isosceles triangles are there. So these type of totally 4 planes are get bounded into a square pyramid. But in the case of these 3 solids, just 1 rectangular plane and 1 isosceles triangular plane and 1 sphere plane, semicircular plane. So which are just rotating about it one of the sides. So when it is attached to a thread, so about this thread is as a center, then which are rotating like this. So to get formed into a cylinder. So automatically the rotating part of that one is it is getting into a cylinder, and that one is going to get into a cone. So the cone, cylinder and the sphere are the revolutions of the solids. Those are called as here the revolutions of the solids, right? And what is the next thing? Now we are going to discussing about the basic information about the revolutions of the solids. So how the solids are generated, right? By rotating a rectangular plane, about its one of the longer edges we get the cylinder, and isosceles triangle is also rotated about its longer slant edge, then we are getting cone, and the semicircular plane is also rotated about its edge. We get sphere. So let us see the basic information. These are the different types of solids then comparing to the prisms and as well as the pyramids. So now let us see the basic information about the cylinders. This is called as a cylinder. There is no any edge. Excuse me. There is no any edge in the cylinder. Let us see the first of all cylinder. So this is a circular base and this base is also in circular shape. So is there any edges like prism or pyramid? So you can see the prism. So there is a longer edge and this is a base edge. But there is a circumference for the circle, and these are all the imaginary points only. But if we are observing this way, we are standing in front of the subject. So this is one edge, considered as a one edge, and this is also considered as a one edge. That's why the edges should be thick. Should be thick, and it should be thick only. Actually, which look like this only. This is the true. So you can see, is there any circular shape you are observing? Not. Now you can see the circular shape. But when you are observing like this, it can be appeared like a rectangular. This is and here and finally here. So you can see like this, right? This is the actual view of the front view of the cylinder. But when I am showing like this, you have to clearly observe the top circular face, and when I am tilting this particular solid like this, you can see the base of a particular cylinder in circular shape. But I am just which is placing or which is standing on my hand, you can see as a rectangle, not showing any circular faces or base. Only it is appeared as a rectangle box. But that is the thing. So what are the important parts there? So this is called as a base, and this is also a base. Simply top face. This is called as a top face. Some imaginary lines are taking on the circumference of a particular circle. These are not edges. These are not edges, but they are also represented with A, B, C, D, etc. And again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. You have to give the numbering compulsory. The outer edges should be thick because of if it is a real edge. In the case of, you can see it is a real edge. That's why it should be thick in the diagram. But is there any edges? There are no edges. Just the circumference is there. But we are taking imaginary lines. So those lines should be drawn with 2H pencils light than comparing to the edges. These edges should be the yellow color representing here as a thick line. You have to use the HB or 1H pencil. But the blue color lines indicated here the imaginary edges. The imaginary edges to representing of a circumference of a top and bottom faces are called as here generators. These are all called as here the generators. These are not true, just imaginary. That's why you should not draw as a thick line in the diagram. Don't do like that. It's a blender mistake. In the case of revolutions of solids, everyone has to draw only the edge points should be thick, or edge points or edge lines should be thick. So the imaginary lines which are drawn on the circumference like this only. It is a front view. Those lines should not be thick. Only the yellow color line should be thick. Generator. And the center of a circle is represented O1 and O. This line is joined as a long dashed dotted narrow line as the axis. As the axis. This is called as axis. From here to here. This is the center point and again this is center point. The center points are joined as a axis like this. The circle is rotating about the axis disk. So axis is nothing but the height. So for example here to here it is an axis O1 O. If any question he wants to ask any question on the cylinder, for example base dia or dia of the cylinder means base dia means circular shape in the dia 30 mm and axis 50 mm. It means the center to center is a 50 mm. Axis 50 mm means the height of the cylinder is given as a 50 mm and the base dia is indicated as always diameter is represented with pi. If I am taking the pi symbol is nothing but the dia that is equals to 30. Pi 30 means the cylinder dia is 30. In some cases he is asked as the radius. If he asks the radius, you can take only this one or equals to 15 from here to here. If you want to representing on a circular shape, from here this is the O. If you want to draw the R means like this. From here to here only the arrow mark should be indicated. R can be written as here 15. Means the radius of a circle is 15. It means radius of a circle. If I want to representing of a total diameter, you can write like that. The arrow mark should be indicated as the diameter and pi 30. So you have to represent like that, compulsory. That is the rule of the indication of a arrow in the shape only, right? So this is the cylinder. Now let us come to the cone. What is this? It's a cone. Right? These blue color lines should be in thick. It is a cone. So you can see just it look like a rectangle shape only. When it is standing on this one, it looks like a rectangular shape. So the imaginary lines are called as the generators. The imaginary lines are called as the generators. So those lines should be in light. It's not in thick condition. So the edge points or edge lines should be in thick condition, and the remaining thing, all these things are in light pencil or light lines only. So those are also called as here generators. The topmost point is represented with O apex, like this point is called as apex or vertex, and the base points are represented with long dashed dotted narrow line. So actually I have to draw like this, and these are all the imaginary lines. You have to give the numbering A, B, C, D, etc. A, B, C, D, etc. And this point is apex, and O to O1, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. You have to give the numbering. But the end edges should be thick, like cylinder. So the remaining all lines are very thin. They are called as here the generators. These are called as here the generators. Generators. So these things, while you are doing the problems. So other type of, for example, I am going to cut this particular cone. So the small piece of a cone is removed from the top. So such type of piece is removed. The cone is cutting. So if you can see, the top position of a particular thing is in a small circular section. It is in a small circular section. So these type of solids, the cutting shapes of a solids are called as here frustum. This solid is called as not called as cone frustum. It is a cone frustum. And in some cases, the pyramids also. For example, you know that it is a square pyramid. It is a square pyramid. So I am going to cut this pyramid. The top point which is cut means it must be erased. And finally, how do I have to take? This is the one part, and this is the next part, and this one. So actually the real cone is cut and the small part is removed. The small part is removed. The remaining solid is also called as here the square pyramid frustum. Square pyramid frustum. So the remaining things which we have discussed in the pyramids, the base edge, center to center is the axis, and the slant faces, longer edges, generators, everything is same. But frustums means the cutting parts of a solid, right? The remaining solid is nothing but the cutting parts of a solid. Now we are going to do a small problem in the case of solid. Just wait, my dear students. We will erase tiny. So in the case of projections of a solid, there are two conditions are there. There are the solids of axis is parallel to one plane. This is the one condition, and the second one, solid of axis is inclined to one plane. These, depending upon these two conditions, we are going to discuss some problem. The solids of axis means the axis of a solid is parallel to one plane, means it is perpendicular to another plane. You can conclude that. For example, back side is vertical plane and bottom one is a horizontal plane. If the axis of a center to center is called as axis, right? The axis of a prism, square prism, is parallel to VP. Just the board is considered as vertical plane and the bottom, what is that? The ground is considered as a horizontal plane. From example, the center to center, this is a square prism. So this is the center, and again this is the center. The center to center, the imaginary line is drawn as a long dash with dotted narrow line indicates as a, what is that? Axis. The axis is now parallel to the vertical plane. It means if it is parallel to VP, means the same axis is in perpendicular to
HP.
ground plane also, HP. So you don't need to say again, and you don't need to reveal that one also. If it is a parallel to one plane, means for another plane it is in perpendicular direction. You have to remember. If for example, if you are keeping like this, so now from center to center, from center to center, when you are observing the front direction and when you are observing the top direction, now the axis of a particular square prism is parallel to horizontal plane. Means it is in perpendicular direction to vertical plane. If you are keeping like this, now it is parallel to the perpendicular to HP. If you are keeping like this, the axis of a particular square prism is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. So based upon this condition, we are going to do some problem, and is nothing but, so the axis of a cylinder inclined to one plane. Inclined to one plane means in another direction it is parallel to another plane also. For example, this is the actual position. I am going to turn this axis into 45 degrees. Not like this. I am just going to turn this axis in perpendicular. For example, it is standing on the ground with this ground. So the axis makes an angle of from here to here. This angle is how much? 45 degrees. So if it is 45 degrees to HP, but how is this to the board? The axis of this particular solid is parallel to this board, means VP. VP ki parallel ga untune HP toti 45 degrees chesindi. Not base for making. This is the base. Base is not making. The axis is making. Everyone try to understand this one. The axis is making. Actually, this is the position, and the axis is making 45 degrees with HP, and in another direction it is parallel to VP. For example, VP. So here this one. So this is the actual direction. Now the axis is making a 45 degrees with VP and parallel to profile plane also. So profile plane means not horizontal plane. Profile plane is nothing but a side view. Side view means one of the sides only. So depending upon the incline to the axis of a particular solid inclined to one plane and perpendicular parallel to one plane. These two conditions we have a problems in the first unit. So let us see, we will do one problem.